Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Cold morning, 26 degrees, wind chill 21, and we are not done with snow yet. We could get 2 to 3 inches of snow between tonight, tomorrow, and Friday night. Sorry about that.
I just put my shovel away.
I don't think it's going to be shovelable. Well, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches. Who
You just
knows?
don't know.
You just don't know. But that's March. Today is March 10th, 2022, and on March 10th, 2020, the state announced that the first 2 cases of coronavirus were reported in the state of Michigan 2 years ago today.
How about that? I didn't think it was a big deal at the time. You know when I first realized it was a big deal, and I bet Brandon will agree with me, when the Utah Jazz Rudy Gobert tested positive and the NBA just completely freaked out. I thought that really sent the country and really the world on its path for how we were going to handle the coronavirus, if you remember that. It was weird, very weird. And I'm still not sure if we handled it right.
Well, you'll look back on the first days of the pandemic, the NBA making the first major change,
Right.
followed shortly within a couple of days by various states making decisions, but not so much the states, but organizations in the states, like entertainment venues, sports leagues. It was on March 13th that the MHSA suspended the basketball tournament, and that was in all winter tournaments.
And that was due, a lot of that is, the governor did close school until April 5th, which would have been the return of spring break at that time. And of course, we all know the last day of school for that year, which, my daughter was in 3rd grade. And it's amazing to think. It feels like yesterday, but it also feels like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and here in Jackson County, it wasn't until the 13th that the health department made some announcements on what to do.
Yeah.
Federal government, it was even days after that before there were any pronouncements from the CDC or any parts of the federal government. So we all just didn't know what was hitting us, obviously.
Yeah, and Dr. Fauci became a household name. And now early on, you liked the other doctor better, the one with the scarves.
The scarves, I like the
What
scarves.
What did they do with
doctor.
her? Did they just put her out in the ocean?
Well, the president didn't like her.
Oh.
She was contradicted. She made faces. She made faces when the president was talking about drinking Clorox.
She made faces?
Yeah.
You know who else makes faces? Nancy Pelosi makes faces.
She does make faces.
She makes a lot of faces.
Yeah.
So the bill did pass the House, the spending bill, and a lot of aid going over to Ukraine. As we continue to watch the news about this conflict, I think we have to have some more conversations. What's going on, and then should we stay out of it beyond the humanitarian help? That's a question I'm wondering. Should we stay out of it other than the humanitarian help, which is kind of what we're doing? Or are we toying with Russia? Is that something you want to do? No one wants to talk about it.
Well, I mean, what can anyone do?
Well, what can we do is, obviously, Vice President Harris has gone to Poland. Poland, NATO ally, of course, will defend Poland, just like any NATO countries will. I just don't know what else we could do that we don't want Russia to see anything that we do as an escalation, right? Because we don't want to be in a war.
No.
Right?
Well, it's one man.
It is. It's one man.
It's one man, and he's apparently guilty of war crimes because he's bombing maternity hospitals.
So that's kind of my thing. Like, what are we doing here? Who's in charge?
What? Who's in charge of the
Who's
world?
in charge who's in charge of the world?
What?
I thought I was. Who's in charge of when war crimes are committed? Who is in charge of holding those individuals accountable that committed said war crimes?
Unfortunately,
no one.
we don't look at the world as one community.
I
mean,
understand that.
It's all we have.
But when it comes time to help, the United States, more often than not, looks at the world as one community, and we are the first to aid, which is great, and that's fine. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. I'm just wondering if we should mess with Russia. And it seems like things that we are doing could mess with Russia to the point where they escalate even further, and then we're involved in it a little more than we wanted to be. Just a comment. I'm not sure what the right answer is. I was talking to someone this morning. It is a lose-lose. I understand
well, the man obviously should be charged with war crimes, so he should be arrested immediately and brought to trial.
Justice. Yes.
And then that would end it. But I mean, if you don't bring a car back from Hertz, they're going to come get you and arrest you. Why isn't someone going after him
That's my question.
and arresting him?
That's my question. I don't know. I've watched, there are some news correspondents that are in Moscow, which, wow. Would you like to have that assignment?
No.
But you'll notice that, folks from CNN, ABC, correspondents, BBC, even outside of the Kremlin, and I mean, they are choosing their words carefully. There's no sign of, no statement of war. It's nuts. It's just absolutely crazy.
The war correspondents it's a conundrum right now. They're self-censoring the images they're capturing because they're just so horrific.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big discussion among all news organizations right now is, how much can we show? And obviously they've shown a lot of horror.
Yeah, how much haven't we seen, right?
There's a lot that we haven't seen.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I see no end in sight to this other than continued bloodshed and loss of civilian life, which is not acceptable.
Well, I'm sure there are people that are just so furiously upset who've lost family members and homes and everything else that there hasn't been some effort to find that man and do something to him.
I don't think you can really get to him that easy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But again, it's just awful situation.
In the state of Michigan yesterday, Republican legislators approved a gas tax hike, and that is a bone of contention. Republicans are strongly in favor, some Democrats are, but the governor says no, we need that money for the roads. So it'd be, if we suspended the 27-cent per gallon state gas tax for 6 months, it cost the state $750 million. The governor says, we need the money for the roads.
Can't they just replenish it with all that COVID money?
Well, they could, and in fact, on the very same day that the governor said we can't afford to lose $750 million in revenue, they wrote checks totaling $665 million to GM and the GM development projects. So they do have the money.
They do. They just don't want to use it how we'd like them to use it.
We also have, there's a 6% sales tax on gasoline on top of that.
I thought they were going to get rid of that.
No.
I wanted to bring this up, the gas prices. A lot of us are saying, oh, we'll gladly pay that, just as long as we don't have to give any money to Russia. Let's not forget that that is a very high gas price, and that does affect people's lives, whether, that's, yes, we have to pay that for gas. I'm not gladly paying it, right? People that are struggling to feed their family are not gladly paying it. They have to, okay? So people need to understand that gas price, now, it's not as big of a deal for folks that have more disposable income, but it is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing for folks that live check to check and trying to make ends meet, which we know is at least half of our country. So let's think about that for a little bit.
Well, it's true. You get to the gas station, maybe you have to do it once a week. There's $75 you have to put in the gas tank. That's, suddenly it used to be $40, and it's if you are paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. So it's not a one size fits all for the way we're living our lives.
But that's where they could offer relief by
lowering those taxes or eliminating those taxes.
A federal tax, state gas tax, Sales tax.
Sales tax,
Excise
6%.
tax. There's a bunch of taxes.
Sales tax, 6%. State, 27%. Federal, 18%. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Hey.
50 cents, somewhere around 50, 60 cents a gallon, I believe, all the taxes. That make a big difference.
Yeah, I think that's why
So-
people in Michigan get so frustrated with the roads. Hey, today's show is brought to you by Jumpstart Nutrition and Energy. Jumpstart is a place for high energy and good vibes. We serve delicious protein shakes, energy teas, loaded protein coffees, and so much more. Healthy
this a-
bartenders keeping you entertained while we serve the best tea. Now, they're located at 1220 West Parnell Road. Look at this.
Is that clear?
What do you, this
Well,
is
I'm wondering-
beautiful.
What's the yellow stuff on the bottom?
It's just it's a fruit.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, Mickey brought that in for me. Now I don't know the exact flavor.
Should you mix it up first?
No, I like the way it looks like. It's too pretty. It's too pretty to touch. So we're gonna argue over
Where do you
who
get
gets
that?
to have it. You get these at Jumpstart, and Jumpstart Nutrition and Energy is located at 1220 West Parnell Road in Jackson. Check them out.
He just brought one?
He just brought one. Yeah,
Just brought one.
he just brought one. But no, this thing is. I mean,
Well, we could split it.
we could. Yeah, this is cool. I can't wait to go in there and see what else they have.
No baseball. The Tigers' opening day is not happening April 8th. Major League Baseball canceled an additional 2 series through April 13th. They might as well just kill the sport.
I was going to take the staff to opening day this year. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, and there's so many people. Remember 2 years ago we were crying for all the people who were affected because they couldn't play baseball, the vendors, the businesses surrounding the ballparks, all the various millions and millions of people, millions of dollars of revenue for the small guy.
Yeah, you think about it. You were at Little Caesars Arena last night. How many ancillary game workers did you deal with, right?
Many.
Whether it's parking to concessions to elevator operator. I mean, just the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's not just the millionaires.
It's a big part of the spring break economy too in Arizona and Florida. And speaking of spring break, it's starting today.
It is.
Thousands of college students and visitors are descending on Florida's
Is that
beaches
Noah?
this week. First spring break without any coronavirus restrictions since 2019. Wow.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the videos from Daytona Beach. So yeah, you said since 2019. So 1.5 million college students spring break in Florida. And as you all know, every family from Jackson, Michigan will be there too. So Orlando's number one year after year. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Tampa, all top 7 spring break destinations in the country. Phoenix is number 2. But yeah, people go down there for a week, and I believe the term, Brandon, is they are living their best life.
They are. It's a great time.
Great time. You see the 4-wheel drive trucks on the beach.
Running over people.
Yeah. Look at all those people. You couldn't pay me to do that right now.
Plus, everyone in Florida, all the school districts are on spring break. All the Florida universities are on spring break. And
I didn't go on like a friend's spring break. I remember it was a very hard no from you and Mom. There was a group going to South Padre Island, Texas, and it really wasn't even a conversation
No.
at all.
No, we didn't allow you to
You
go.
didn't allow it, and
We didn't
instead I
allow it.
went on a
Just
family vacation.
not allowed.
Family vacation to the Outer Banks. So, a little different than South Padre, although I am glad I didn't go because there are still stories that get told from that trip to this day, and they are not good.
No. Not only is gas creeping up, meat, that's going up.
Yeah, I've heard.
And we bought more meat in the United States last year than ever in history, $81.8 billion in meat
The U.S.?
in the U.S.
Really?
Yes. Wow. Isn't that a lot?
That's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat. Yesterday, Little Caesars said they're going to stop all operations in Russia, joining the long list of companies that. Remember yesterday we showed you the Fisher Mansion that sold for nearly $5 million? We found out who bought it. The new owner is Stellantis COO Mark Stewart.
Oh, the new car company?
Yeah, the former Chrysler,
Oh, yeah.
Stellantis.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I bet he will not live there. I bet he'll just own it. So,
Be a good
hey,
investment.
we had a ridiculous night in high school sports. Let's get to our Extreme Dodge scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Extreme Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It was a heartbreaking night for some and a lovely night for others, and that's kind of what happens when it comes down to districts. So over in D1, our only remaining local team, Northwest, they lost to Holt. Holt's going to play Okemos in that district final over in D1. Division 2, Onstead, they remain undefeated. They nipped Western 49-45, and it was a heck of a game. Western led with 2 minutes left, but could not salt it away. Cooper Johnson had 13 and 4 for Western. Onstead was led by Aiden Davis, 22 points, and they'll play Adrian, who beat Jonesville by 40.
Is that the same Davis?
Younger brother, yeah, Aiden Davis. I believe he's only a sophomore,
Wow.
so look out for him. He's a great player. D3 at Leslie. Homer ended Hanover Horton's season. Comets finished the season with a 11-11 record. Concord, they beat Leslie 44-34. Concord and Homer, the Big 8 rivals, will clash in the D3 final, and that's going to be at Leslie High School.
That'll be a good game.
Division 3. Michigan Center 53, Vandercook Lake 52. A little bit of a shocker, but Michigan Center has been playing really well, and they knocked off Vandercook Lake for the second time this season. Vandercook finishes with an 18-3 record. Great year for Corey Ray and the Vandercook Lake Jayhawks. Now Michigan Center, they're going to host Napoleon on Friday.
Carter Cosmet scored 15 points. Dalen Hinkle had 13 for the Cardinals. And after that, 5 overtime game on Monday. What a busy week for the Cardinals.
Very, very busy week. Napoleon, they will play Michigan Center. Napoleon beat East Jackson by 10. And over in D3 at Columbia Central, Clinton over Addison. Columbia Central beat Hudson by 1. In Division 4 at Jackson Christian. Jackson Christian's season ends. They fell to Battle Creek St. Phil. On deck for tonight, just one girls game. Of course, Western, unfortunately, they lost on Tuesday. We were going to have 2 tonight. Dansville versus Grass Lake, 7 p.m. at Hudson High School. And it's a fantastic gym to watch a regional final. So I would suggest getting down there and cheering for those Lady Warriors as they look to win back-to-back regionals.
It'll take you longer to get there than you think.
It will, because once you get off 127 and into Hudson proper, you're not sure if you're going to someone's house or you're in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Very difficult.
You'll ask yourself, where is this place?
You will, and then you'll find it, and then you'll go in and they have nice popcorn. So that's our scoreboard.
The Jackson Women's Week, all this week, presented by the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. We join the Chamber in saluting women. This week-long celebration of the women in our community, highlighting some of the leaders that are trailblazing in healthcare, manufacturing, technology, education, entrepreneurship, media, and more. Women's Week includes daily virtual learning opportunities via Zoom, morning videos by top community leaders, a wall of fame showcasing women who deserve attention for the great work they do, and an in-person panel discussion featuring top female leaders in Jackson County. The event is sponsored by Henry Ford Allegiance Health, National Grid Renewables, and Don Foods. Learn more at jacksonchamber.org/Women's Week.
And we have nominated all the women that work at JTV to be on that.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so check that out.
Are they on the Wall of Fame now?
5 of the 6 are.
Okay.
Yeah, so it takes a little time for them to get it uploaded, but it will be. And so check that out. And we're very, very proud of all of the women of JTV.
We are. This place wouldn't run without them,
There's no doubt.
including this show. Because we've got guests
Yes, we do.
that you and we don't have anything to do with booking the guests.
No, we don't.
No.
No, we don't. But we are happy to have Antoine Breedlove from Jackson College, and he'll join us right after this quick break.
Are you looking for a new place to entertain, relax, and enjoy great food and company? Kem's Restaurant inside the Holiday Inn Jackson is just the place. Whether a quick lunch or dinner, Kem's serves a variety of wonderful cuisine and house specialties. And if you're hosting an event, business group, or meeting, the Holiday Inn Jackson has some of the best event and conference space in Jackson. Holiday Inn Jackson and Kem's Restaurant, located behind the Airport Road Meijer on Bob McLean Drive.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence, the confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
At Blair's Car Care, honesty and customer satisfaction have always been the most important thing for us. We have been serving loyal customers in Jackson County for almost 100 years. We do auto repair of all sorts, including tires, alignment, brakes, oil changes, and much more. For more information, please call 517-782-8116 or come stop by at 2424 Wildwood Avenue and experience for yourself what makes Blair's so special.
Today's JTV Morning Show being brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings at 2105 West Michigan Avenue, just west of the Westwood Mall. Now in their third generation as a family-owned and operated business, they take pride in helping people furnish their homes with comfortable brand-name furniture at affordable prices, thanks to Vermeulen's and the Vermeulen family.
Our first guest on today's morning show is the Director of Multicultural Affairs at Jackson College, Antoine Breedlove. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's awesome. You've been coming on for so long, and I remember when you came on when you were a Men of Merit, and now you run the Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength. Talk about what those two programs are, Antoine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. First of all, I just want to say thank you both for inviting me to come on this show. I really appreciate it. But Jackson College Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength is a leadership organization that we offer at Jackson College. Their mission statement is Jackson College Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength is a service and leadership initiative, and their mission is to inspire members to stay in college, advance academically, serve their communities, and become the men and women that they dream to be. Within Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength, we like to focus on 4 leadership components, and their acronym is CALM, because we always try to tell our students, no matter what situations you face in life, always remain calm. C stands for character. We all about character building within Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength. We have a saying that comes from our former director / chief diversity officer, Mr. Lee Hampton. He came up with a slogan that you're interviewing every day of your life and every day that you're interviewing. So if you're going to represent Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength, people are going to watch the way you conduct yourself, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in the dorms, whether it's in the community. So we really try to, we really preach high character. A, academics. We make sure that we provide the students with the best resources to succeed in the classroom. L, leadership, and M, last but certainly not least, is mentor. So yeah, so that's just a little brief overview of Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength.
When kids get to college, they're still kids. A lot of times, maybe weren't involved in anything outside of maybe 1 or 2 things, maybe a sport. So the thought of joining a group or a service group is totally foreign to them.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the benefits of really kind of having a team, having a unit, having a group to be a part of to help you reach that success.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Andy, there's a statistic that states that, like, 60% of students that when they first enter in college, if they don't involve themselves into any type of student organization, they do not succeed, and they do not succeed in their first semester in college. So what I try to do is, where I reach out to our housing department when they're doing housing orientation. I go out there, try to, like, hey, if you join Mid-America Sister, if it's not Mid-America, look into other organizations, get involved, get connected, because that is so important. Because as we all know, being a college student your first year, it's easy to get sidetracked and it's easy to get off focus. So
We know.
Still sidetracked from that first year.
so that's one thing that's so important that I definitely try to tell those students, whether I don't care what race you are, like, get involved, get connected, get engaged, because it's so important. Because it can help you stay focused, and also it's also good to know what resources are available on campus when you attend college.
When you were in high school, were you a kid that was connected? Or were you, when you got to college, is it something you were looking for, or was it something that really was just a blessing that was presented to you?
Man, Andy, you kind of put me on the spot. Well, I will tell you this right now. No, I was not. When I first, in high school, I was considered somewhat of a class clown.
Sure.
Then when I got to college, just to say my mind was not in the right place, but it took a couple semesters for me to definitely get on track. But
that's okay.
Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, and that's one thing I try to avoid our students coming into college. Like, hey, stay focused. Whatever you do, don't get sidetracked, because trust me, I'm talking to you from experience.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've actually seen the Men of Merit and Sisters of Strength, because with the pandemic, all the community events they've been a part of, but they've been a big part of the MLK celebration.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
the
sir.
when was the last one we?
19 in person.
2019.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and actually, I think we have a clip
We
from
do.
that year. Let's
Awesome.
take a look.
Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Saw
Awesome.
Bard's head in the
Awesome.
background there, but just excited to see that, excited to get back in person.
Yes.
And we will, because actually that was 2019. 2020, we did have one
Okay.
before the pandemic. That was when Kari Willis was
Yes.
speaker.
Oh, right.
And we
Yeah.
just saw Larry Sumner playing at that event, and he's going to be. Well, tell us about what's all on the schedule for this year's MLK.
Well, let me tell you this right now. Everybody is in for a treat for this year's MLK dinner. And actually, just looking at that clip, those three young men and young women that you guys just got done seeing, they're actually going to be singing again this year, as well as Larry Sumner. But you're in for a treat. I'm really excited about our keynote speaker, Kimberly Dawn Wisdom, who is the Senior Vice President of Community and Equity, and also the Chief of Health, Chief Health at Henry Ford. You know what? That's when you know you have that's when you know you are important, when you have multiple titles within your title.
When the title is long.
Yeah, I'm like looking at it like
I
just
know.
trying to. But yes, but I actually had the opportunity to meet Kimberly Dawn on virtual, and I'm trying to tell you, man, I was really impressed, and I'm trying to tell you, people she will not disappoint. I'm so excited. to see what she's going to bring. And I'm trying to tell you, you're in for a treat. Even within Mid-America Sister Strength, the presentation that they're going to do. We also have, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we also have a Parkside and Jackson High Mid-America and
nice.
Mid-America Sister Strength Leadership Group that will also be doing a small presentation as well. So we're excited. The music, the food, everything, really excited.
It's at the Vic Kios Fieldhouse, which is huge, but because of safety, you want to limit the number of people. So I think you're actually going to have to cut people out at some point, right?
So as of right now, tickets are definitely going fast. And also I want to go ahead, if I may, just want to tell people, if you are interested in attending our 2002 MLK dinner, please get your ticket because they're going fast right now. And I'm trying to tell you, I think they're going to be sold out within this next week. So they are definitely going fast. And I believe Miss Crum, who was on last week, she pretty much hit that. But I want to strongly encourage people to please get your ticket because they are definitely going fast. Oh, and if you are interested, please go to they're available online at jccmi.edu/MLK22/.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back more with Antoine Breedlove, Director of Multicultural Affairs at Jackson College, after this quick break.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
Serving made-to-order food cooked with farm-fresh ingredients, Dahlin Burgers offers fast food, craft food, burgers, fries, shakes, Coney dogs, poutine, and more. All natural house-ground black Angus beef patties. Kennebec fries, hand-cut and twice-cooked. Fresh, locally sourced produce. Milk buns baked from scratch daily. Taste the local difference, ridiculously good. Hours 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Sunday. 323 Cooper Street in downtown Jackson. Located in the old Wendy's building on Cooper Street. Also in Tecumseh, DahlinBurgers.com.
Hi, this is Superintendent Steve Dorr, inviting you to be a part of the East Jackson family. At East Jackson, we're leading the way in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We offer one of the area's best robotics teams, as well as a diverse array of arts and music programs. At the high school level, we're excited to launch the Jackson County Early College. New classroom technology helps our curriculum come alive, and our staff ensures a safe and welcoming environment for your child. Great things are happening at East Jackson Community Schools. To learn more, visit our website, eastjacksonschools.org.
Someone once told me that every community needs a strong hospital, a strong college, and a strong bank. County National Bank is that bank. CNB provides outstanding personal banking services and is the bank of choice for several nonprofit organizations that serve our communities. It's an honor to be part of the growth of the communities we serve in Jackson, Hillsdale, Lenawee, and Calhoun counties. And we're proud to help local businesses expand and succeed. CNB is banking that stays in the community.
Back on the morning show, we're with Antoine Breedlove from Jackson College, and we're talking about Mid-America Sisters of Strength, and of course the MLK celebration at Jackson College, which is coming up. So get your tickets if you'd like to attend. It will sell out. What do you guys have going on in the summertime?
So in the summertime, we at Jackson College, we offer a summer bridge program called Jackson College Ready Set Jet. So the Jackson College Ready Set Jet program is to help is to help students who are unacademically qualified to stay in housing, because in order to stay in a housing residence, you must have a 2.0. So within the program, the students will be able to get a peer mentor within the program to help them with their journey within the program. They also have access to our Center for Student Success, where they will have their own personal tutor. We also offer free laptops within the program. So That's a great opportunity for students to definitely get involved and get connected if they're interested in staying in a housing residence. So for additional information, you can please go to our Jackson College website, go to jccmi.edu/ReadySetJet for additional information regarding costs, regarding to books, the classes that they'll be taking. It's a really powerful program, and the deadline to apply for that program is June 13th. So it's a really great program, and also a lot of leadership and character building opportunities as well.
I think Jackson College, when it comes to putting diversity as just at the forefront of the culture of the university, talk about some of the other things the college is doing. We had Jacob Inocencio, who was a Latin liaison. You're really touching everyone and being as inclusive as a university as possible.
Yeah. First of all, I just got to give credit where credit is due. And you said it, Andy. I'm thankful and I'm honored and I'm blessed to be able to work for an institution and to be able to work for a president like President Phelan and leadership who have a vision for diversity. And they really embrace that at Jackson College, and I really love that about my job. But I always tell people, I said, I don't just promote Jackson College because I'm on payroll, but no, I really love Jackson College, and I'm speaking from when I was a student. I'm speaking when I did my internship, and now I'm speaking as from an employee perspective, and I really love what Jackson College has to offer regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion.
And the college is recognized nationally.
Yes.
There are people that are studying what Jackson College does.
Yes.
Because they want to be able to be as forward as Jackson College is.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
You know, the fact that when you went to college, and I think so many of the Men of Merit Sisters of Strength are first generation college students, is just a great message that you as a college are proud that this is a place that embraces first generation college.
Yes, and I was a first gen. I was a first generation student to graduate on both sides of my family with any type of degree. So absolutely, and that's what I'm talking about. Jackson College, they provide those resources for you to succeed. I always tell people there's no reason why you should not be able to succeed at Jackson College. If you do not succeed, it's on your own because the resources are put in place for you to succeed.
Well, we know that some of the classes are still virtually, but are we starting to feel like more of a back to normal college campus yet?
We're getting there. We're getting there. And the plan is hopefully by next fall that we will definitely be open. But of course, you know, we got to be safe, and we with COVID-19, because you know, we at Jackson College, when we're talking about total commitment to student success, we want to make sure that we are putting the students in the best position to succeed, and that's regarding their health, their mental health, and also their academics. So yes, the plan is to hopefully open up completely back within fall of 2022, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're following all the guidelines.
And it was, Jackson College was the first. I think when you look back at the start of the pandemic, the college demonstrated leadership in how our community is going to approach the pandemic. Early on, you were like, I guess, a 3-ring binder full of what to do in a pandemic.
Maybe a little bit more, but
yeah, be ready for the next one. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you can never, like I said, you can never be too safe when it comes to. I mean, you got to plan and prepare with these type of things because you know the pandemic it looks like it's here to stay. So we got to take precautions as needed.
The college spring break's coming up. Correct?
We're on it right now.
Are you on it right now?
Yes.
I was going to say, what does Antoine do with his week off? He's still working.
Yeah, I was about to say pretty much. Literally, it's funny because my wife was making fun of me the other day. She was like, man, like, you know, I really wanted to plan something, do something with the kids this week, but you're working. And it's just like, well, that's just the responsibility of the work. You know, it's funny. I actually got off the phone with a kid yesterday who was, Mr. Breedlove, I want to make sure that everything's going to be good. My God, I said, man, can we just focus on that next week when we come back? But no, but I love what I do. And like I said, I really feel like when you really love what you truly do, it's like you never feel like you work a day of your life. Yeah. And that's what I love. And that's why I love my job.
Yeah, you're good at your job too.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Antoine Breedlove from Jackson College. More of the morning show after this.
Well, having found an interest in wine, I quickly discovered that There wasn't really a lot of choices for good quality wine in Jackson, so if I wanted it done right, I had to do it myself. So with that in mind, I opened Cork and Cap and chose wines specifically to be pairing wines for your meal. We have wines in every price range from $5.99 to $599 if you wanted to go that way, but you don't need to. There's great wine. Most of the wine we sell is in the $10 to $15 bottle range, and it works great with a variety of food. I guess over the years I've learned a lot about wine, and I love to share it. And could probably tell you a story about just about every bottle of wine we have here in the store. Thank you for supporting Jackson's local fine wine retailer, homebrewing, and winemaking supply store.
Asthma Allergy Centers can help you breathe freely. Since 1980, our board-certified specialists have provided testing and treatment for a wide variety of asthma and allergy-related conditions, including immunodeficiencies and skin problems. No referrals are necessary, and we accept any insurance or no insurance. You can even use our mobile app to check in and pay. Come see us at our Jackson office or one of our multiple offices in Southwest Michigan.
Collins Brothers floor covering, because new carpet is like, very nice. But commercials suck. Don't change the channel, change your carpet. Collins Brothers downtown, excellent. Established in 1940. That's before the war, sucker.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Hi, I'm Nate Vermeulen. Over this last year, we've realized just how important family and community can be. Our family would like to say thank you. We truly appreciate you. Vermeulen's is still here after 96 years because of the support of our amazing family, customers, and community. From all of us at Vermeulen Furniture, thank you.
Vermeulen Furniture, for your way of living.
Welcome back to the morning show. Today's show is brought to you by Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping. They provide complete design, installation, and maintenance of decks, retaining walls, patios, gazebos, and water gardens for Jackson and the surrounding area. You've seen a lot of their work at a lot of lake houses, retaining walls, great stuff. Call them now to get your treatment scheduled for your lawn or your next landscape project. Free estimates, 529-4550 at Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping. Our next guest is from Experience Jackson, Rachel Buchanan. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
So Rachel's here to help introduce a new segment we're going to be doing called A Visit with Experience Jackson. And Rachel, you and I yesterday, we got to go to, well, I'm not going to tell anyone where we went.
No,
yet.
it's surprise
but
location.
But we get to, we get to see Jackson better than anyone, don't we?
Yeah, well, there's one of those things, when you're familiar with something, you don't think about highlighting it.
Right.
You're just like, oh, that's the place I go. Those are the things I drive by. That's the stuff I experience. But you don't think about highlighting it in a way that kind of shows off what you've got. And so that's our goal with A Visit with Experience Jackson. So.
And as Jackson continues to grow and continues to have more events and more assets, we're going to constantly have more people, more family, more friends coming into town. And we need to know how to make sure they have a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not just internal, knowing what we've got. It's sharing that with other people so they come to love Jackson, come to visit here, visit often, return, and maybe even make this their home. So we'd love that.
it's amazing, and I think we don't even realize what's happening, but that Drew Lynch concert at the Michigan Theater last week, the Haywood Banks at JSO last couple months ago. These events brought people in from really far away, and a lot of them had never been to Jackson before. There were people, 90 people came to Haywood Banks from out of the area, and they had never been here before.
We love that. I mean, we think about the restaurants that have come up and down Michigan Ave in the last couple years, and we were just talking about the Drew Lynch show the other night, because after the fact, people had a really hard time getting dinner. There were long waits, which you might think, wait a minute, that's not good, but it's amazing. All these people are enjoying what we've got and anticipating, what you can't have is all the more desirable. So let's make Jackson all the better that way.
And it's going to make potential developers think, wow, if I want to be successful, I'm going to grow or locate in Jackson.
Yeah, we've got it going on. So our first, why don't you tell the viewers where we're going first and kind of a little bit about them?
Yeah. So our first stop on a visit with Jackson is actually going to be with Holiday Inn Northwest. Like you said, we were there yesterday, had a great time with Sheila, so we'll watch that in just a moment. But our goal is to cover some of the big things in Jackson that not only we should know more about, but that guests should as well. So we'll be going to attractions. We'll maybe be going to a golf course at some point.
I would like that. Rachel has actually been to 2 golf shows in the last 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot. Toledo and Novi. So there's just a lot going on, and we're going to highlight it in a variety of ways. Museums, different stops around Jackson, highlighting the Cascades, and that'll be a great way to just kind of recap that and bring everybody back into what's going on this year.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at our first visit with Experience Jackson at Holiday Inn Jackson Northwest. Welcome to A Visit with Experience Jackson, a new segment on JTV and social, and we're with Rachel Buchanan from Experience Jackson. I'm with Director of Sales at Holiday Inn Jackson Northwest, Sheila Cavender, and this is just an unbelievable space. Let's talk a little bit about where we are in Jackson. A lot of locals don't know that we have the type of hotels we have here, and this one is certainly a full service.
Yeah, when you think about hotel, a lot of times you just think about a place that I go far away to spend the night when I have something else to do. You don't necessarily think about some of the amenities that you're probably going to find out a little bit about today.
Yeah, so Sheila, I've been here a couple times before. It is not just a place to lay your head at night. Talk about all the amenities you guys have here.
We have full banquet space, and we have a full service restaurant that is open to the public. We also have a pool, but that's only if you rent the rooms.
Yeah, I was talking earlier, and we need more places to hang out in Jackson. Like in general, you think of all these youth tournaments, you try and maybe go out to eat afterwards, but having a space that is big enough, why not rent a couple rooms here, let the kids swim, let the parents eat. It's really, and you're close to home.
Yeah, exactly. And we just had a huge state bowling tournament here in Jackson, and kids from all over Jackson were at the state bowling tournament here last weekend. It was fantastic.
Now talk about the staff here a little bit. I've greeted so warmly here. It's just so nice. Talk about the staff and just the overall feel of the space.
So our front desk agent, Karen, is probably the best agent that we've had. She is welcoming to everybody. She has a great personality. She loves to talk to people and get their feel of who they are. Our housekeeping staff is always worried about how the rooms look. They make sure that everything is perfect and pristine for when you come in, and if there's an issue, we always go up and fix it.
Now, Rachel, when we walk in, it's immediately comfortable here. It's a nice big space, great large furniture. You can plug in all your outlets while you're sitting down. This is a place that you'd be proud to have family come in town, whether it's for a wedding or a bowling tournament or really anything.
Yeah, I don't know if you've really touched a lot on other opportunities in this space, as well as some of your meeting spaces too. A lot of meetings are held here, both locally and people coming in for kind of that getaway from work atmosphere, kind of clear your brain. We were in here a while ago and had a great room and some really amazing food too.
Yeah, the food is good. I've had a chance to try Kem's restaurant, of course, located here on site. Talk about Kem's. What are the hours? What are the specialties?
Okay. So Kem's is open every day from Monday through Friday is 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then Saturday and Sunday is 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then dinner we are open from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily, and then the bar is usually about 5 p.m. to midnight, depending on how busy she is.
What would you, for folks that live in Jackson looking for a new place to try, what would you recommend they get at Kem's?
So for breakfast, I would get the breakfast burrito, and for dinner, I would get the chicken Alfredo.
Sounds very good. Sounds very good. What type of events do you guys have space available for coming up? I'm thinking we have all these summer events coming up, spring events. What sizes of groups can you accommodate with your banquet and meeting spaces?
So we can accommodate up to 100 people, depending on seating. We can do boardroom style, we can do classroom style, we can do theater style, round tables, whatever is needed for your event we can do. So like I said, it's up to 100 people. We have 3 different spaces, so if you just have a small meeting, you can just come in and do the small meeting, and then we have the big, massive meeting space.
Now, Rachel, when you greet a lot of people from out of town, obviously you're one of the first stops people see. When you have a property like this with full service, wonderful staff, it's got to make you feel good about recommending Jackson for whether it's an event or meeting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's so comfortable. You talked about the couch and you walked in and everything. I think we might take a break before we're done here after a little while.
Oh, the couch is comfortable. Actually, no, the yellow chair over there, that's the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, is there a particular seat that staff likes to maybe rest their eyes in if it's slow?
That yellow chair.
Yeah, it looks good. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable. So again, Holiday Inn Jackson Northwest, full service restaurant, full service hotel, banquet, meeting rooms. If you had to say one thing about this hotel and this property as far as what guests will experience, what would it be?
Being comfortable, being welcomed, knowing that the rooms are clean and taken care of, and up to everybody's standards.
Nothing like feeling welcomed and being welcomed in Jackson. Rachel, just again, your thoughts about this property and what an asset it is to our town.
Yeah, it's just a great resource. So Experience Jackson is proud to partner with all of our hotels across Jackson County. They each have their own special things. This particular one has the restaurant. We're excited about that. And if people are looking for a place to stay, a place to meet, or just to kind of get away a little bit, they can check out our page at Experience Jackson. All the lodging is listed right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rachel. We appreciate it. And Sheila, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's been a visit with Experience Jackson at Holiday Inn Jackson Northwest.
Searching for medical supplies can be a challenging aspect of the healthcare system, but with help from Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies, you can set your worries aside. Our expert staff takes the time to give each of our customers the personal attention they deserve and are trained to find the right products for each individual. If you can't come to us, then let our delivery team come to you to help set up your supplies so you can get back to what really matters, living your life. Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street in downtown Jackson.
At Culver's, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants. Vanilla, chocolate, or the flavor of the day, it's all made fresh.
And it's not like we make one batch and we're done. We make batch after batch. Slow churning at the right temperature is the key to perfect custard.
This is really good.
You gotta give it some love. That's when you're able to serve a nice, beautiful dessert to your guests.
I like that creamy thickness of the custard. It's really good.
This is my 10th batch of the day, so there's a lot of happy people out there.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into this.
Welcome to Delicious.
Here at Townsend Elementary School, we specialize in individualized instruction and creating a personal connection with each and every student that enters our building. We work hard to provide programs to support all our different types of learners, and we also have programs to enrich and challenge our students daily. We value our parents, our students, and our community. We're not just a school, we're a family. We are accepting school of choice applications, and registration can be found on our website or call our front office. Welcome to Jayhawk Country, where we soar.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. One of our friends, Big Daddy Matt at How Equipment, has a little something going on. We're going to take you out to Matt at How Equipment right now.
In the showroom here at 3190 Lansing Avenue, How Equipment, and there is never a bad time to think about mowers. Obviously, spring is around the corner. We've got a couple really nice zero turns you can come and look at. Maybe you just need a push mower. We are a Toro dealer. We're gonna have a lot of brand new Toro equipment coming in really soon. We do have the smaller push mowers, and we'd love to make you a deal. Again, come see us, 3190 Lansing Avenue, Jackson, Michigan.
You know, Matt and How Equipment, they're in that old Susan Vaughn dance studio. He's got a great showroom in there, service. It's hard to, when you have equipment like that, it's hard to get it repaired and up to speed. And, you know, I picture someone like you, if you had a lawnmower or anything, it once it broke, it would just be garbage.
Throw it away.
You throw it away. Well, not anymore. You call Matt.
One year I bought one of those push mowers that has no motor.
Yeah, I know.
Just because I didn't want to deal with the gas.
I know.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Now, being kind of the end of the year for winter and just before spring starts, is this like a good time to buy? Like, do they have like closeouts on like snow blowers?
I don't know exactly. Matt can get you whatever, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure kind of how that works with the pricing, you know, because it's Michigan and
it could snow
at any time. So, but Matt's he's getting a great selection of those zero turn mowers. Are just so popular. And
when you're out that way, you could swing by Slice and Dice Board Game
for
Pizzeria.
sure.
And
for
you know,
sure.
when you get pizza, you get dice.
Very cool. Very cool. They are open Sunday to Thursday, 11 to 8, and Friday and Saturday they are open till 9. And if you haven't been there yet, take your kids and invite a few friends and spend a few hours there. They have great food, but then you hang out and you play board games, and you can pick out what you want. So it's a cool spot. If you're tired of going to the same spot every time, make sure you try and get out to Parnell Road and try Slice and Dice.
Yep. What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, well, my lovely wife Stephanie has a wedding shower.
Another one?
Yeah. And Mom's going to that. So I have a little bit of downtime on Saturday, and then we're going.
Basketball?
No, we're done with basketball. Yep, the fighting girls are done, so we're off onto soccer season already. So yeah, just I don't know.
What were you going to say? You have downtime on Saturday, but you have.
I have downtime this Saturday, but then we're going to go out to dinner for my wife's birthday, which is next week.
Right. Is it a milestone birthday?
It is a milestone birthday. A lot of the Hollies have milestone
including
birthdays this year, including myself, my wife,
your mom,
my mom. Every time either of my grandmothers have a birthday, it's a milestone. And yeah, how lucky am I to have both grandmas in their 90s? That's pretty good stuff. Hey, join us on Monday. Jennifer and I will have Martha Firstino with Janelle Merritt, and we'll also have Wesley Whitman from Grand River Brewery and Mary Wald from the Town Bar.
Later today, Marty Dubois, Marty Kuhn, Nick Van Acker, Tanika Smith, Jonathan Marawelli, Joe Moore, Jenna Shamaluski, and Stu Keel. We'll see you this afternoon. I'm Bart Hawley. If you like pies, this is the episode for you. Because today on Food Circus, we're going to have a pie contest featuring 3 of the area's best bakers. A panel of judges, including myself, will meet at the Grand River Brewery to determine whose recipe will premiere in the pie book. Now, let's meet the bakers. Contestant number 1 is Laura Davenport, owner of the Blue Julep, a specialty dessert company located in downtown Jackson. Horses, bourbon, wildcats. Laura, are you from Kentucky?
Born and raised, went to UK. So yeah, I love Kentucky. Moved to Michigan when I married my husband Steve. Been here for about it'll be 25 years in May.
Well, I think you've taken some of Kentucky here to Jackson in the pie that you're going to be making today.
That's right, I've got a chocolate pie. It's called Getting Lucky